Oh, I got to lean in.
I wish I had handled it better.
You are such a nasty spirit. You are such a nasty spirit.
I'm sorry. When I saw that scene, I literally fell to the floor because why
I'd be mad.
do those crab legs like that? I
Play it again. Play it again.
No,
I
y'all
Yes,
are so
one more time.
rude.
do it one more time.
One more time.
I wish I had handled it better.
This is the dance that I'm
But
going to do
baby,
anytime all summer when I'm walking into the club and the bar.
j-
That's how I'm going to do it. And no,
baby, but she has some motion in those hips. She has some
I
motion in
was
those
just going
hips.
to ask you, is she popping pee?
She said, "Ooh, ooh, legs and hips, body."
baby, I am going to save that. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm going to wear that.
Ointment. Well done. Lubed up. Ooh, she was slanging that thing. Wasn't it slanging that puss?
Baby, she was sliding across that ground like a snail. I love to see it.
Like, ooh.
Just juicy,
Okay.
juicy.
New here. I wanted to start off a little spicy because I don't know if y'all be reading the comments. Somebody said that me and Danny was boring, child, and that
Who said that?
child, it don't even matter. But nonetheless, they said it. They just said they said it seemed like we didn't want to be here. I'm like, girl, if I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't be here. You know, I'm just saying. But they praised Jamie and said Jamie always wants to be crazy, right? Anyway,
They just didn't know you were going to be so uninteresting.
yeah,
They wanted you to be a little more interesting.
I am so sorry that I am so uninterested. Well, Jamie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. You see my back, but this right here is the only part of my apartment that is camera ready. I'm moving in the next couple of days, so like this is what y'all get for right now.
Do you live on an open street? You know, like
You live on the
I
main
have thoughts
road?
on that. Don't do that. I actually, I'm going to. There's a highway right by my apartment now.
Oh Lord.
And Chase, how you doing? I know you just got off live from doing your happy hour.
I'm mad.
Oh, we getting Chase with the King tonight. It's been a minute.
You're gonna get. I don't know. It might be something. I don't know what's coming out of midnight, girl. Y'all pray.
Well, listen. A lot is
Won't
happening.
he do it? Won't he do it? In the words of Erica.
Yeah, y'all getting.
Won't he do it?
Yeah. Y'all
Okay, well, listen. A lot has happened for Beverly Hills of the last week. We know that Garcelle has left. She's going to be leaving the show. We saw the trailer. We've seen a lot of things happen over the last 24 to 48 hours between, from the ladies. So I'm glad this season's ending, but it looks like things are going to heat up from the reunion. We'll talk about it at the end of this episode because we do have a finale. But let's go ahead and get into this episode. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I know you guys see Amanda and who else we got in the chat right now? Cheryl's in the chat.
Hey.
So, love said they were sent by Chase. Thank you, Chase. Hey, love. We love.
Oh, thank you, love.
I just love.
She is Teresa.
Oh God.
Okay, well, welcome, Curtis. We are not body shaming, but I've always said that Sutton got a little crab legs. It's not about her body; it's just the legs. I know that's the legs are part of the party, but still, I don't think. Well, whatever.
Hey, Carlos.
Carlos is in here. Carlos gave us a super chat real quick. Says Kyle and her thousandaire friends, Eric and Derek. What the hell?
I love me some Carlos.
Hey, Carlos. And Demisio. Okay, y'all, hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get into it. We got a lot to discuss tonight. All right, so hey, thank you for the super chat, Carlos, again.
Thanks, Carlos.
From last week's episode, we saw Sutton apologize. She apologized, and then at the end of the episode, it was brought up, and she tried to constantly say how sincere she was in her apology on her and how she is towards women. She's rude and unapologetic and just not as supporting of other women when they're going through things. This is led by Erica. Of course, Dorit chimed in. Kyle didn't support her. Garcelle didn't really stand up for Sutton at all. Because she already had an issue with her last week and how she felt like she didn't come to her defense. And so then this particular episode is the aftermath. Now, surprisingly, the pickup of the episode, everybody seemed to be kind of chill. We see Bose and Garcia having a conversation out to the side. We see Dorit and Kyle kind of in the pool. We see Sutton and Jennifer Tilly kind of chatting or whatever. And Tilly just basically says that she just basically says she sees both sides. She does have Sutton's back, but she's quite surprised that these ladies really don't like her. She's they don't really like Sutton. And so they're getting ready for this dinner that's going to be happening once they get off the boat. They get off the boat, all the there. Tilly feels like 1 minute. Hold on a second. All right. So basically, Tilly has a conversation, and she just kind of feels that Dorit and Erica kind of discussed the whole boat thing beforehand. She feels like it may have been a collusion, as they like from Atlanta, by them to come to Sutton with the bullshit. So Garcelle is getting her makeup and stuff done, and Sutton is there. And again, she's like, Sutton, I just feel like Kyle should have had your back on the boat. It's all emotional. She becomes Lil Sut. We always talk about the Big Sut versus Lil Sut. And they actually show these clips. It's so funny because one set of clips was given Big Sut. The other set was given Lil Sut. And, you see first of all, Big Sut was created by Chase himself. I made a shirt, but I would not be wearing that shirt again. I might just burn it. I don't even know. This is getting kind of crazy. And so Sutton storms off. She's emotional. Tilly comes in. She's talking to Garcelle. Her and Garcelle are on the same page and basically feel like, that there's a lack of support from Kyle's end. And honestly, this is probably the most involved, and I will say verbal, that Tilly has been on the show, because in the after show, she is very verbal. But I wish we'd have got this a little sooner, but whatever. We got it now, right? So once Tilly kind of explains it in the best way and basically says that, from Sutton's perspective, when she feels like they've moved on, she's apologized, they say it's okay, but they always come back, throw it in her face, and they haven't moved on, right? So once they all get ready to go out, Sutton is all emotional. Tilly comes in and she basically lets all the girls know that Sutton is not coming, and she felt like it was planned. She felt like it was something that Dorit and Erica planned ahead of time. And Erica was like, I was just asking a question. People ask me questions. I'm like, oh. And she basically is upset that Sutton or anyone would feel that it was a collusion and coordinating. So the scene kind of ends off by them saying that Sutton can dish it but can't take it. Garcelle does tell Kyle to her face, she wanted more support from you, but you weren't there. And Kyle is just like dumbfounded, like, what, like, why I gotta be a supportive friend? Why I gotta be a friend? So I'll stop there and get you guys. I'll start with you, Jamie.
Okay, so this whole season, and we've seen this multiple times over, the Fox Force 4, whatever they are now, the way that they have survived year after year is revisionist history. This, high on a pedestal, Erica saying Sutton doesn't support women or likes to attack them at their lowest is so laughable to me, because we've seen these women, Kyle, Dorit, Erica, Teddy, and Lisa, take turns going after each other season after season. Last year, Dorit was mad at Erica for saying her and PK were going to be the first to get divorced. And she wasn't wrong there. The year before that, they were mad at Dorit because Dorit kind of was asking the same questions as Sutton. They've all taken turns getting mad at Kyle. Dorit sat there and basically her and PK made fun of Erica Jane's vagina for an entire season. That was the storyline. It humiliated that woman about throwing her legs to the moon, showing off her kitty cat. But Sutton asks questions about Erica's fraud, which is very, fair game. It's, you come on a reality show, your husband defrauded millions of dollars to support your lifestyle, and you want these ladies to be quiet. I'm sorry, that's not what we're doing on a reality show. Sutton was very supportive of Dorit until Dorit took that and was being passive aggressive and kept poking her. I don't understand how Sutton is the bad guy in these situations, other than in their own minds, to try to get these stupid viewers that are still siding with them, who seem to have also forgotten that before Sutton and Garcelle joined the show, they were all wanting Dorit and Erica to be fired from the show. They were calling them boring and insufferable and mean girls and saying they don't have lavish lifestyles, that they don't show their lives. Erica has had no storyline until Tom got dementia and rolled his car into the ravine. There's been nothing going on there. So I don't understand where this act of like, my God, we're a sisterhood and Sutton, you've come in and have tried to destroy us. Like, Erica, please go hit that crack pipe that you call Ozempic one more time and stop trying to take the lead character energy, because it's not happening. You look hungry, your head is shaking, and the left titty longer than the other.
I have to put a Leslie on the screen because I don't even think she got a left titty that long.
She doesn't have money to sue me.
Well,
but she got to pay the court costs.
Chase, do you have any thoughts to add?
Right, it would be an addendum. I would agree with them when they say, and I know y'all gonna get mad, or I really don't care though. But when they do say that Sutton kicks them while they're down, and the only reason why Sutton kicks them while they're down is because they fell down trying to kick other people standing straight up first. Okay, so it's very much tit for tat. It's tit for toot. It is very much you were already down on the ground in the gutter, and that's where she kicked you at. And so for me, I don't necessarily care. Yes, she has made it her business to make their business our business. And I thank her for it, because if she didn't do it and Garcelle didn't do it, nobody else would. And, we have always said that she has looked to Kyle for some sort of guidance and motherhood and friendship. And it really has become even more so highlighted that she has become hyper fixated on Kyle ever since her mom took a shine to Kyle and not Garcelle, which we know why. But ever since her mom put that shine to Kyle, she has been up every nook and cranny of Kyle's ass. And it is so annoying. That girl does not see it for you. She never has. She beat you up and told you did not have a miscarriage. What are we doing here? But you know what? I have washed my hands with Sutton. Me, the biggest slut. I'm done with her.
Not the biggest slut.
Fun.
Yeah, Chase created Big Sut. He made her.
Tapped another buttons. I'm done with her, because you seek that approval so much that you will allegedly go to a reunion and not defend your friend, the only person that has had your back when everybody else treated you like the weird girl and the crazy girl and lied on you. Dorit lied on you the first season and said you were going to freak the F out when that's not what you said. And the only person that was willing to give you the time of day was the black girl, and that's the one who you don't hang out, you don't stick up for. You got me messed up. I'm over them to the 10th degree. Thankfully, Tilly did say something, because guess what? It is a collusion. Oh, all of a sudden now we are out of time. You think we don't know that we came out of town, and now you guys are asking questions in stereo at the same time to this lady and think that we're not going to think it's a gang up and pre-planned. Everything on this show has a plan. Nothing rarely happens without a plan going through, especially from the Funky Four plus one more being Bows. Okay, so why do you think that we don't think that this is a setup? And you're not going to bully me and manipulate me into thinking otherwise. I haven't been here in a myriad of weeks. I actually stopped watching the show and got caught up. And as I'm watching the show, I'm like, why are you Go ahead, run your show, girl, before I get upset. Go ahead.
Chase said, you know what? Let me just replay what I just put on my channel. These are my thoughts. Just watch it. Roll the footage.
I actually didn't give thoughts on the actual episodes. I only gave thoughts on the because I wanted to reserve my thought. Thank you. So when you go back and watch, if you do, you'll see that you was loud and wrong. Also, no, but I honestly reserved my thoughts for the actual episodes now, because I was going to give Tilly a chop, and she saved her job in my eyes. This last episode.
Yeah, I really agree. I hate it was at the expense of Sutton, but then again, she is,
she's a chop.
So we'll talk more about it. But yes, it is said that at the reunion, obviously we know. I mean, y'all seen the clips. We'll talk about it more. But it seems like they kind of came at Garcelle in many ways, which is fine. But I guess Sutton didn't really come to her defense. And you just kind of see from last week's episode, maybe going into the reunion, that she was kind of over. I feel like the reunion probably was the final straw.
Yeah.
When we get there.
And I got to say this really quickly. The only rationale that I can have for it is maybe Garcelle may have told her, listen, I'm quitting this thing. This is it. I got some real money lined up and I'm out of here, girl. And so
See,
from there, she decided to pivot and start trying to get in good with Kyle. Either way, it still reads bad on
yeah.
television. I don't care. Go ahead, Jamie. I'm sorry.
My thing with that is we all know Sutton is horrible with confrontation. We've been saying it for year after year. We want her to be more vocal. You don't have to get in the paint to defend your friend. You can just say, guys, that's not what happened. Come on, what we're not going to do is gang up on this lady for stuff that everybody has been wanting to know. Sutton, without giving her too much of the benefit of the doubt, she freezes up when it comes to confrontation. And lady, like, okay, I get it, whatever, but if that's how you're going to act when confrontation comes, I need you to shut up and not putting yourself in situations where you have to confront the things that you've said. Garcelle is more than capable of standing up for herself, and she has defended the things that she has said, and she's gone to the mat. But at 5 years, it has to be exhausting coming into her union when the three bitches who have an alliance, no matter what, Dorit and Kyle came in hating each other. They said the most vile things about each other over the break. And somehow Garcelle is the villain in the reunion. Like these they're not fighting with each other. Like, I'm sorry, I don't need this little check. I don't need this little check. I've got other things, and I'm seeing people on social media say, "Oh, it's Tubi movies, it's Lifetime." It's a check, and it's a production company, and she's work and she's busy. Her life is not contingent on this show the way some other people on this show are. I would pack up my shit and leave too because it's not fun for me anymore. I don't know what to tell you. This ain't
Because
fun for me, and I do not
honestly,
have to be here.
honestly, I'd rather stay in a beach house on the bus line than whether stay all the way in the back of a condominium in the
Mm,
pool house in Gina's casita where she may eat you. Girl, get out.
allegedly.
All right, let me continue. We're gonna talk about this more. All right, so they do go out. They get all dressed up, whatever, and Sutton decides to join. She says, "Listen, they're not gonna ruin my damn day or whatever." Blah blah blah. So she gets up after whining all goddamn night or whatever. And once she gets there, Tilly goes and tells her what she told everyone, and basically about the whole thing being an ambush and a collusion and yada yada yada. As she's talking to her, Kyle walks in, and Kyle is just like, "Hey, what's going on?" It's like she's trying to, instead of just checking on Sutton, it's more of, "Let me clear my name because I was informed that you may felt the way that I didn't support you." That's what I got from her coming in. I would have appreciated it more had it been, other way around, but the other way, but it wasn't that way. It's Kyle, right? And so, she tries to get clarity on it, and it becomes a back and forth moment because, Sutton asks her, "Well, do you think it's true that I don't support women? I kick women when they're down?" And she's like, "Well, do you? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?" It's very much so name on part 3. Because Kyle was getting just as irritated, and she wanted to just be like, Kyle does not. If I was somebody against Kyle, I would do that to her every time. I would say
Absolutely.
something 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times because that clearly gets under her skin. And I know it just makes her just about to just damn near boil. So anyway, from that moment after finally, Kyle she doesn't answer the question, but in the confessional, she does say she believes it. She does say that she believes that she kicks women when she's down. But back on the actual episode, Sutton gets emotional and just like, "Listen, I can't do this right now. Let's just stop," And then finally Kyle backs up and lets her go and be a Barbie. She wants to be a Barbie and shop. I don't know what that really means, but I guess it sounds like I want to be like those girls and just, be cute and shop. I don't know. I didn't really understand that reference, but coming from the person that I know Sutton is, still gave pick me. Like, I want to be like them. I don't know.
I think she was trying to throw shade because immediately after, she says, "Pretend like I don't have 140 IQ" or something like. I think she was
Yeah.
trying to say these bitches is dumb, so I'm just gonna act like them. But I was
Okay.
like, but you still
Well, she wants
ain't
to be
cussing them
dumb.
out like you should have.
She
You
wants to
still
be.
should have cussed them out.
She's trying to say that Kyle is friends with Dorit and Erica because they are pretty and
Yeah.
glamorous and all of
Well,
those things, and she is not. And newsflash, Sutton, neither are they.
They're not. And we're gonna talk about why they're not pretty for real in this next moment. But before we get there, I agree with this comment, Robos. Kathy,
yeah.
to me, didn't need Kathy at all this season. I think I could have wrapped Kathy up 2 seasons ago. Honestly.
My thoughts, watching this season, I realized Kathy is really the only reason that Kyle is still on the show.
You think so?
Andy loves Kathy and knows that Kathy would not be making these little guest appearances if Kyle was not on the show.
Um,
And so at this point, we need to let him know that we don't want neither of them.
we
So
don't. We
it's
don't
okay.
want either. Actually,
It's okay.
Well,
It's okay.
give us
Kathy did give me a gift this season. I got to be honest.
who?
Kathy, what?
Kathy gave me a gift this season.
What she give you?
Not only did she give me that wonderful condom prank that she's going to play soon, whore, this is what that is called. She also gave me Maurice.
She said, he's not Brad Pitt.
She does not. She refuses to call him Mauricio. It's like
She hates that man.
Yes, it's like the Supremes refusing to call Diana Ross Diana. They call her Diane. Or they call her Diane. Yeah, Diane. Whatever. My name is Diana Ross. Sure, Diane. Anyway, my name's Mauricio. Yeah, Maurice. Whatever. I love that.
Part out real quick. So just to add to this, to finish this off, they do go to dinner, and
This is breaking down a recap. I'm sorry.
Huh? You said what?
You were breaking down. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No. It's just the last part. It's the last, and then I'll get past it back to y'all. So it was an awkward silence at the actual first dinner or whatever. We find out that Kathy peed on herself or something. Another reason why we don't need her. To be a bit disgusting. She does not seem like a clean lady. You know. It's just. Yeah, I don't find anything appealing about her anymore. But whatever, she's rich, sure. They do these little impersonations, and I ain't gonna lie to you, Garcelle's impersonation of Erica made me holler when she talked about I'm Erica and my husband or Tom rode down the hill in the snow.
Everybody do one. Everybody do an impersonation.
Huh?
Everybody do an impersonation.
I'll let y'all get it. You got one stored in. Go ahead.
Okay. Look at me. Look at my life.
Impersonation of Erica.
Yay!
Okay. Jamie.
Don't put me on the spot because I'm not good at impressions.
You really
I've done so many Doreets. Take your pick. Take your pick. Take your pick, love.
Please do your Doreet.
It's the diametrical opposite, actually. Actually, it's the diametrical opposite.
I wish that Garcia had been at the table too. But Sutton, everyone starts to impersonate Sutton. And Sutton is just like, nobody talks like that. Nobody talks like that. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
And that was go ahead and break down because I want to tell you what I think that was. Go ahead, finish.
Yeah, she just was very annoyed with the impersonations of them saying she's so country. And it's mind you, she's saying nobody talks like that, and they're still doing it. At least that's the way it was edited. And so yeah, go ahead, Chase. Go ahead.
The reason why they did that whole game is because the day before, whatever day that was, she said, well, maybe I should talk in an English accent, love.
And she gagged her. She gagged her with that.
When Billy asked you guys, did you plan this or felt like you planned it? Then you go around and you pull out a game that's playing. Like, you guys are like so...
They're not intelligent. They're not intelligent.
I'm going to yield the rest of my time. Huh? Yeah, they're not going to be the allegations, which is something they're used to. I am going to yield the rest of my time to Jamie because
I caught that slick shade.
Yeah, I want to yield the rest of my time to Jamie because someone wants you to now do your Morgan Wade impersonation.
I just thought it was bullshit that they were making fun of her accent. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I just gotta go in.
I make country music.
What the hell? Okay.
Kyle, hand me my bootcut jeans out. Kyle, hand me my bootcut jeans out of the
strap.
Not the strap.
Hand me my bootcut jeans out of the closet.
Not my bootcut jeans.
Nah, Amanda said scissors. My God, today is getting a little toxic in there. There's a lot going on.
We love lesbians.
Any thoughts here?
I agree with Chase, and you like anybody who's watching that knows it was transparent. It knows what they were trying to do. I said it in the group chat, and I will say it at this dinner. I'm actually really, really proud that Sutton didn't fly off the fucking handle because it was very clear that Kyle and Erica and Dorit were picking at her to get a reaction out of her, so
Yeah.
that way they could say, "See, you act crazy, you go off." I think at this point, her and Garcelle were both uninterested in engaging with any of them. Garcelle just kind of sat back and was like, "Okay, girl, like it is what it is. Like nobody." It was kind of it was just dumb. The whole accent thing. It's like, girl, we know what you're doing. You're 55 years old and mad that she punked you on that boat when you were trying to get her and she gagged you in front of everybody. Like, I don't know what to tell you because if you notice, Dorit didn't have that accent at that dinner table. She hung that up real fast.
That's true. I feel that, like you said, it definitely proved that they clearly had discussion, and I mean it was a pile up. She gagged her on the boat, like you said, and then in this moment, it's like both of y'all are constantly mocking this lady. Like I could see if Dorit got her licked back, but Erica, why are you getting involved? Why are you doing it? Why? It just looks stupid. So yeah, they wanted a reaction. They didn't get one. She kind of shut it down, and I ain't really got nothing to say about this thing. Anybody got anything else, Chase?
No.
Womp, womp, womp.
Just like the season, no.
Yeah. It didn't really move me in that area. All right, so the next part, there were 3 scenes happening at once, and I'll mention them all. We can discuss them. So Bose and Sutton do an activity together. And they do like this chocolate like activity. And I guess Bose says she wants to spend some time with Sutton, yada yada yada. Sutton talks about how she felt blindsided by Erica, knowing that they in the past have said to have settled their differences, but I mean she was very caught off guard that she would be spearheading a conversation about are you sincere or not, right? So then Bose was like, well, I've heard some things before from Erica about some of the things that she said you've done to her. And Sutton is just like, well, I don't understand what the issue is because the same thing she said that I did to her, Dorit and Kyle did the same thing. They all had questions about the things that I just want. Basically, I was the one that had spoken. I was the messenger in this way, right? In this way. And so she basically talks about it being a double standard. She talks about how their husbands have even made fun of Tom, but Erica didn't seem to be upset with that. And so she just finalized the conversation by saying, you know what, I'm not apologizing again. And I guess the real reasoning, I have to realize that they're struggling. They're beneath me. I protect myself. And Bose is like, first of all, Bose is like,
girl.
That's where you were going with that?
Yeah.
How you get that out of that?
And I'm like, this is the Sutton that I want to see, but she just does not stay in that era. Like she
gets a moment of courage, and then
yes, I don't understand it. I don't get it. So that's their scene. So then there's a scene with Garcelle, Tilly, and Kyle. They're on the beach, and I really love this scene actually. But Garcelle tries to break it down to Kyle why Sutton, wants loyalty from her, and basically why she wants the acceptance and the help from her. Kyle can't really seem to understand why and feel like it's not her fault that Sutton wants that. She feels like she can't give it to her. So listen, at this rate, what you want me to do? Very childish. And so, Garcelle, once you realize Kyle is not understanding that, Garcelle still trying to beat this dead horse of Mauricio and what Kyle gonna do. Like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wish Garcelle would just stop questioning anything to Kyle. She's not gonna get it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. But she wants to know now that Kyle has the information from Bose about Mauricio seeing someone else, is she gonna go forward with the divorce? And Kyle is like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, blah blah blah. Tilly talks about how her divorce went, and I actually found something new. I thought that The Simpsons was left to her by default, but it sounds like initially she was only supposed to get $350K, but because of a divorce attorney, she ended up getting The Simpsons. And she basically says that, listen, it ain't Chucky money is why I'm like Simpsons money. Chucky is pays for my sex. I thought that was actually really cute, and I like that. And so to finalize this last piece, Erica and Dorit sitting over there looking like 2 dry-faced corpses. And and what they did look very dry.
Oh, they look horrible.
They looked horrible.
They were wearing that Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen foundation. Oh, it was so cakey.
But they're both talking about Sutton, and Erica just talking about how she feels still upset that Tilly and Sutton feel that it was coordinated. So I'll stop there. Any thoughts on either of those scenes? Starting with you, Jamie.
I can understand Garcelle continuing to like ask. You know, we have said for years and years and years that Kyle is the master producer in the way that she shows her life. And she's somehow able to say, I'm honest and I bear it all, while she actually is controlling the narrative around her marriage. People were saying that before Garcelle joined. So I am not understanding Garcelle coming in and doing the very same thing that people are saying that they wish somebody would come in and do. While all of a sudden, Sutton and Garcelle are public enemy number one. Garcelle, or excuse me, Sutton talking to Bose, which Bose, I still love you like for your accomplishments, but you are a snaky lady. Because she had no desire to sit there. And even on the whole season, she never had a conversation with Sutton or Garcelle saying, hey, like, tell me what's going on with this history, because it feels like there is history. And maybe I'm not getting the full story, which is what Sutton and Garcelle have been saying. But I will say this, Chase, you alluded to this earlier. It is very apparent, like I mentioned before these two ladies got on here, Kyle, Dorit, and Erica, and Lisa Rinna too, were pretty much like persona non grata. People wanted them off the show. People wanted some new meat to come in here and break up the Fox Force 4 or 5 or whatever they were at the time. However, people did not want a Black woman to come on and challenge these 3, 4 rich white women, because a Black woman on a predominantly white cast needs to know that she is a guest in that cast, and there are certain franchises for y'all over there. So you just need to be happy to be a part of the cast. If Sutton was taller, more conventionally pretty, paid money for bigger boobs and a facelift and whatever, they would be receiving, oh, she ended Dorit, she ended Erica, yes, let's do it. But because Sutton is not a plastic Barbie, she is not attractive in the conventional Beverly Hills way, they're uninterested. She's jealous. She hates that they're pretty. She hates, baby, there is nothing that these women have that Sutton, well, no, I take that back. Sutton wants everything that they have. Sutton is a deeply insecure woman. I wish
she could have it if she spent some of that money.
But she won't. And that's the thing that frustrates me, because these two women are doing exactly what the fans and the viewers wanted somebody to come in and do. They just didn't want it from the two of them. And that's what pisses me off about this whole thing. And you're never going to convince me that I'm wrong, because I'm not.
That's true. People were happy. I'll stop really quickly, Chase. People were happy that when Reno left, but her energy still lingers. It's just now amongst other women, in my opinion. So I agree with what you're saying, Jamie. Chase.
And at least Rena didn't hide behind any. You think that I set this up? I did set it up. Rena would have got it. I did.
And what?
We talked about it. Yeah, we did. So what? We talked about it.
Let's call it out. Let's call it out.
Let's own it. You know, and I can appreciate Own It and her Bob a lot more than I can appreciate these two right here, because these sad. Well, let me not say that. I can appreciate her and her Bob over these two any day, because these two don't have a range. They're just picking on the right girl to get it over with. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody else. Who else is there on this cast? They're going to come for Kyle, but to a certain degree, because Kyle is Kyle. She is the untouchable.
I hate that for us.
And I hate that for everyone involved. She is the untouchable. And if it's going to come down to a network decision between them and Kyle, it's going to be Kyle. But they may have a little bit more of a fight with Sutton. When it comes down to Garcelle, it's got to be said. You said it. I'm going to echo the sentiments. At the end of the day, she's Black. And that's the crux of this issue. And as I did, now I will parrot something that I did say over on my channel. The only people who get hurt when they stick these Black women in these scenarios are majority Black people. It is hurtful to watch Ramona Singer act ass on the Real Housewives of New York, season 13 in Black Shabbat. It's going to be hurtful to watch Julia throw a drink in Gertie's face. It is hurtful to see the way they dogged Garcelle out for 5 years and ran off the platform because she showed up with the audacity to not only be Black, but ask questions as well.
Because let's be honest, if Denise Richards had been a little more lucid and less medicated and been doing what Sutton
She
and
could have been a
Garcelle had
queen
been
this year.
doing, everybody would have been on her side and said, absolutely, she took them down. She took them bitches down.
Absolutely.
Denise, the queen. And that's what everybody was expecting to happen when
It
Denise came on the show. And Denise couldn't keep her head out the ganja.
But let me say this, and do you blame her? I mean, I don't know. But let me say this too, right? Because as I was going, where I was going with that is they continue to stick us in these situations and don't give us a support. And the only people that it triggers and affects really are people of color, and more specifically Black people. As a Black person, it's triggering and very hard for me to watch another Black sister come on and undermine a Black sister and do it under the guise of sisterhood. Oh, we can both coexist and we can both live under the same roof and do this. No, y'all can't, because you're not trying to. You haven't put in any effort to try to. So no, you can't. So as I said at the beginning, remember at the beginning of the season, I said I don't know about Bowles. My eyes on her.
Yeah.
Something I don't like.
I do remember that.
Boom, there we go.
I mean,
and boom goes the dynamite.
I on her because she immediately was, oh my God, I love Dorit. You know, and we're like, huh? So I mean, your judgment can't be the best if you. I mean, you know, you look at Dorit, sure, but you love Dorit, like that's okay.
Why?
To come in to be like, oh, you of all the women, that's
why
you first. The person that's telling you about her divorce. That's it.
That's my thing, because like I can understand, like this is at the end of the day, we are watching this for entertainment. We're gonna have our favorites, people resonate with, but at the end of the day, we should still be able to articulate. This is why this person doesn't necessarily vibe. And when you ask Bose, what made you? Well, Dorit's just so real. She's so open and so honest.
Who?
You don't.
Park is out.
No,
you man.
What?
You know, it really makes sense though with Bose and like her resume, because if you work in corporate America, work any goddamn where, I'm sure we've all worked with a Bose. We've all worked with a, you know, you could, like for me, I work in IT. I work with primarily people overseas, usually Indian or whatever. It's real. I'm usually probably the only Black person every company I work for. It's always been that way. When I see a one Black person, I was like, oh my God. And that ain't gonna mean we're gonna be cool. But you know, I don't know. That just means that I feel like we kind of look at each other. I found out my manager is Black. I didn't even know she was Black, to be honest, but she's Black. And I don't try it. I still do my job, but I feel like she definitely has support for me, knowing that I am Black and only Black there. And so I feel like with Bose, I don't know, I feel like she didn't really look out for people. This is me. Coming to the show, that's just me. I don't know. But I had my eye on her the moment she was, clung to Dorit. I gave her the benefit of the doubt, but she never really detached herself from Dorit. And that is why I don't really care for her like that personally.
All of this stuff outside of the show, particularly the last week, has turned me off for that, because that Watch What Happens Live that they did last night, and the little shade she's been throwing under her breath on the after shows has gotten me like,
she's a snake.
Garcelle has never said a negative thing about you at all. She has said, I'm surprised that she does not want to hear other sides of the story, but has never alluded to having any sort of beef with you. You sit there while these other people, even Sutton has never said anything bad about Bose. Meanwhile, Bose is sitting around while these white women tear down Garcelle, go after Garcelle, diminish her accomplishments, diminish her legacy, her 4-decade legacy in an entertainment district that is not friendly to Black women to begin with, not friendly to Black immigrants, not friendly to Black women after a certain age. These women who the only thing that they have a resume for is pumping out some kids with a rich old man. That's their only claim to any kind of fame. But you let them sit there and talk about a woman who immigrated to a country and worked her ass off to make a name for herself. And all you got to say is, I'm going to miss you. Wish we could have got to know each other better.
Because
Baby,
be very clear.
I'll choke you out.
She deleted that.
She is the type of person in corporate that, they will disassociate themselves and distance themselves from the other Black person that's currently going through the scrutiny. And while she is not going to be directly responsible for pushing you out the door, once these people push you out the door, she is going to be directly responsible for locking it to make sure that your ass can't come back in under any means necessary while she's there. So that was what all of these veiled attempts have been to make Garcelle look like something that Garcelle is not. Oh, I don't know. The all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Well, it wasn't about me, and as long as she didn't say it was about me, then I won't say it's about me. When you know good God doggone well it was about you, because y'all just got done filming a nasty reunion. So that means, like you said last night, that y'all knew she quit 2 weeks ago. You knew it was about you.
Yeah.
You're fake. I don't see it for her.
That's actually, I didn't even think about that, but yes, I did see that clip, and I was like, okay, well, I was like, well, maybe, but then after hearing that she quit and seeing like what happened, it clearly, if you know it's about you, girl, but ain't no more skin folk on that damn couch.
Oh well, Erica is.
Maybe Dorit.
Won't he do it?
Erica.
Girl, like what? That makes a lot of sense. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's spot on. Actually,
I don't see it for her. It's a wrap for Bose as far as I'm concerned. I'm on her head.
Quick, and then we can kind of open up for some more.
Let's go.
They get all dressed in these little costumes, and that's why. Again, let me just for those that were not.
Which one does Sutton have on?
I wish I had handled it better.
Yeah, it's just like like a little slithering snake.
You know what you should put that to? You know what you should put that to?
No, Chase, don't.
Because I don't have me now.
You know what? I am going to keep that.
Because you don't want nobody else.
When I get off these lives, that's the one I'm going to ring like.
I hate you, energy, baby.
When this
I hate it.
This season like this, done, y'all.
That's gonna make it right up there with Nene tipping in them heels, the Grand Dame slithering down.
But enough attention about. I'm about done with Sutton these days. This was the look of everybody. Everybody want to look at this and see. I thought they all collectively. I'm glad they all did this. I'm glad everybody did. Bose, that is a woman. Okay. I ain't gonna lie to you. I may not care for it, but whoa,
that's body.
She was stacked, baby, like a stone.
Brick house.
Okay, Bose the Stallion. That's what we call her. And Erica looked to me, honestly, everybody looked great. I like that everybody's outfit was, made for them and their bodies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I did like that. Like no body shame anybody. Everybody looked great. I wouldn't knock anybody to be like.
Why is Kyle not in the picture?
She probably was taking. Kyle don't play that. She's very body conscious.
Good.
Not Miss Splits. They wanted to be in the picture. God.
Okay. But
Miss Splits.
Sutton, you look ready to walk around. Boom.
All right.
So let's just do a lap. Y'all want to do a lap?
All right. They get dressed. They go to dinner. And they sit down. I trying to get their seats because there's feathers everywhere. Erica immediately brings up the whole collusion allegation. And she's
Lord.
Who's saying it? Was it you? Or was it you? And I'm like, girl, what in the game of Clue is this? So Tilly actually, which I appreciate, she spoke up about it. She didn't hide behind the whole thing or whatever. She says what she said. And she's, even apologizes that, because she didn't think that she felt like it would be like a big deal, right? But in her confession, she does say maybe it'll look close to home because maybe it is true. And so Erica speaks to that she spoke to Sutton earlier in the day, and we see her ask her, does she feel that way? And did she know that was being said? Sutton said no. And I was like, oh, wow, Sutton, like you is really out here leaving not only Garcelle, like you making everybody that's supporting you look crazy. As you sit over here, you didn't cry to so-and-so, you didn't do all these things, and you can't even for once, like clearly the conversation happened. But nonetheless, left her friends out to dry, no support. Go ahead. Well,
I was gonna say I read her as that she didn't want to have that conversation with Erica, and she was giving Erica bare minimum. She never said that. She said, I can't speak for them. And Erica asked her point blank, did you know that they were gonna say this to me? No. Okay. What else is going on?
This happened 5 hours earlier. Okay.
Maybe I am giving that little
I'm done. There's no grace. She knew she should have owned it.
Maybe I'm giving her grace, but I read that as, girl, why are we talking? I don't want to talk to you right now.
Because my thing is, if you don't want to have the conversation, then don't have the conversation at all.
Just say that. I'm not talking to you right now.
No, production probably is like, get over there and talk, bitch.
No, she could have said no. She could have said no. They can do what they want to do. They don't have to have conversations.
She said no in the past. So remember, I'm not talking to you right now. So just
she has.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So anyway, she over there talking and talking about this was not a coordinated attack. I'm like, girl, this is not bombs over Baghdad. You did not plan a damn plane crash. Like, stop it. Like, this is literally
Text it in the group chat if you're going to attack a country. If you're going
right,
to bomb
like,
somebody.
Acting like it was a whole attack on a country. Like, girl, stop. This is just seeing that you guys come together to come to Sutton with the BS, right? Garcelle takes a moment and says, listen, you know what? I know we don't see eye to eye all the time, but if you're saying that it was not a collusion, y'all didn't plan it, I believe it. So they take their little shots, they drink, blah, blah, blah. We see the final scene cards. Garcelle is going to focus on her family. We know that she's also quitting the show, leaving the show. She was not fired, for those that be thinking that. She was terms. Bose is moving forward with the fertility, the natural way, with someone who just told her he loves her just now. Sutton says she regrets the situation with Dorit. Back to Lil Sut, no Sut. I ain't got time for it. Kyle and Mauricio are still. I think I saw a clip of Kyle and Morgan in Paris today, right? So that's happening. We'll see that next season. And Dorit and PK. PK don't want Dorit. And yeah, that's just honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. The whole scene with Erica about Tom, I tuned out.
Don't care.
We don't care.
Yeah, I didn't care, but that's what's happened. Apparently, Tom's old ass is going to be going to jail if he even make it to that sentence. I mean, it's been past 80 days, so I guess maybe he made it. I don't know. But
Erica still pissed me off. This was not the outcome I was expecting.
What were you expect? What?
What were you expecting?
Lock her up. Trump.
Like, you want Erica locked up?
Trump, you're
Like,
locking
Erica
everybody.
was
You're locking everybody up except the bitches that need to be behind bars. My God.
Erica sat down and filmed 2 whole Hulu specials, which I'm sure she got paid for, to sit with the victims. Mind you, she got probably paid to sit with victims that her husband allegedly embezzled from, and she was like, I didn't expect this outcome. Girl, I'm gonna turn this off.
My God.
Don't bring it back no more. They're gonna have to do. Let me tell you something. The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know if you guys are watching it, or if you're not. If it's not your cup of tea, that is fine. But in my opinion, it is shown to me that we are now 19 years into this format, because the Real Housewives of Orange County premiered 19 years ago this month. We are 19 years into this into this format. It's time to chop half of these girls and get some new ones. It's time to wrap it up.
Yeah,
I agree.
And Beverly Hills and
you know
Married to Medicine are in need of them the most.
Bravo needs to do, in my opinion, stop letting these women come up with these fake faux scandals to keep their jobs, because that's what happened. They literally, like, we've seen Erica and Dorit basically begging for their diamonds for seasons, right? They come back and they do something like, maybe form a damn robbery, lose their phone. Things like this happen and then they get to stay. We got to stop that. Like, it's
especially the Reed Cortez, who's on the chopping block every year, and then
that's what I every damn year. How does every year that you on the chopping block over the 3 months in between filming, the most exciting thing in your life happened, and you have to come back
in the 3 months?
Remember she went to come up with these scandals. Oh, I got robbed. Oh my God, we're getting divorced.
Remember she said she went to TJ Maxx with her purse wide open and $5,000 in the purse sticking out, and somebody stole it.
Nobody, first of all, Dorit ain't got that much to be stealing from. I'm sure half that stuff is probably being rented. I'm sure. I don't think that stuff is
very errands.
If I go to her house, it's not sitting in her closet. I just want to believe that.
Well, I mean, according to Garcelle, after the robbery, she did still have her jewelry.
Everybody keeps their jewelry after robberies, and people slide down the hills in snow, apparently, right?
And then that's so nice enough to leave your cell phone at the gate.
They said, look, we've already taken enough from you. These phones are expensive. Here, girl.
Can I get my phone to call the police when you're done? Oh, don't worry about it. We've already called them on our
Not Jiggy. Not Giggy, Jiggy, Jackie.
Please leave my phone. All right,
so much.
This time, I'll put the link in the chat for those that's going to call in. To briefly talk about the reunion, I will say this reunion has the potential to really be off in so many ways. Yeah. Here's the thing, I've never been like the biggest fan of Garcelle, but I don't like to see when people leave or kind of get run off of a show just because they get fed up with something that they just can't, control. And in this case, she is at a point to where she's dealing with these women. She had a friend, but that friend has chosen that. And honestly, I think that's kind of the final straw. I hope that we see her go out, because by the clips it don't look like she went out in the best way. You got people throwing little comments at her saying, like Erica saying she's uninteresting, and I'm like, Erica,
That's rich.
you really gotta chill with somebody being boring, because you literally, if she thinks that Tom and his whole scandal and embezzlement and stuff was something that we really cared to really see, especially the way it played out, you have to know, honey, you are boring as hell. Your furniture still sucks in this house that you're living in. Like, you have nothing going on.
She's been on this show for almost 10 years, and that is the only storyline she has had. And it was not hers.
And
it was her husband's.
Catch this dirt. Last night, after she tore that lady down for 30 minutes straight on Watch What Happens Live, her closing thought is, you know what, though, all things aside, and even though I was catty tonight, I do hate that she wasn't able to stick it out and resolve it next season with us, which lets me believe and know that she knows the value that Garcelle holds, and she's jealous because it's not her. Go ahead and give.
Absolutely. That's why I was not upset last week when Garcelle on Watch What Happens Live, when Erica shaded her and said she peaked in the 90s. The only thing Garcelle said was, fuck Erica. Like, girl, truly, sorry.
I talked about this earlier in the season, and I remember it was this season. I said, when this season started, I feel like Garcelle should leave the show. And I said this because I don't feel like she fits in this. Not that she don't fit, but she's never really found a footing in this group. When they
wouldn't give her a footing.
Well, given whatever
they wouldn't give her one.
The way the season started, it always seems like it's her first season. When she's the first time that the ladies get together and Garcelle is there and she sees Erica and Dorit and everybody, it's always like it's her first time meeting the women. You would not think that Garcelle has been on this show for 5 years. You would not think that, because it feels like it's her first season every season. And so I'm glad that she left on her terms. Seems like, if she wanted to come back, she could. But like Jamie said, she doesn't need this show. Whether it's Tubi or Peacock or whatever, like she's a household name and she has a lot going for herself. So I don't think she needs this.
She got a production deal over at No Chaser TV in conjunction with the league. And guess what?
I know that's right.
And guess what?
We all get it paid.
And Dorit and Erica got.
Won't he do it?
And she don't look crazy without makeup. She don't look like dead corpse from the
I will say this. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I know we got callers, but the one reunion she want to show up looking like something, now she done damn quit.
Somebody comments, and I remember back like maybe 3-4 seasons ago, Chase and I think it was Sass K and her. Somebody said she want to leave after finally getting her hair right. I said, dang. I said, Lord Jesus. All right, y'all. We callers in the queue. I want to get them on, so let's go ahead and let them on. And our first call. Okay, all right. Our first call is going to be Durga. How you doing, girl? What's going on?
Hey, Durga.
Hey, how are you guys?
I'm good.
Good. So let's start with Bundle St. John and Litigation Barbie.
Because
they were very, very lucky last night, and I didn't like that. Bose literally just sat there and let Erica tear sis down, and I just don't understand it. Especially because did we miss an episode? Did we miss something?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. Bundles, I knew what time you were on when I saw your hair.
Okay. What's that video? I knew she was lying when I saw
her hair. And then
when I saw it, like I knew it. Like I didn't need to wait. I didn't need to watch. I clocked her from the beginning. To me, it was very obvious who she was. As far as Sutton, I hope she's ready. I hope she got them boxing gloves tied up tight, because she's gonna have to windmill next year. She's going to windmill for her life.
Them little limbs can't handle that.
Ooh, I don't.
And I hope that she watched what happened between Garcelle and Sutton. It's going to happen to her.
Erica's so ridiculous, because everything that she did that episode let me know that they colluded and decided that they were going to come at Sutton together. Like they always do. I don't know why she's acting like this is an anomaly. This is the game plan. So to act so affronted and just so like, oh my God, is crazy to me. And that lets me know you're a liar. And you lied about all that stuff with Tom. Case closed. As far as asking who said that it was collusion. I just wish everybody was a little bit quicker, because Erica couldn't ask me any questions. You didn't ask Tom anything for 20 years, right? Your question asking days was in 2008. Besides today, she has given us Selling Sunset as if it was a storyline. A rented home while she's shading a woman with 2 homes. And I don't know. It's crazy to say that they don't share when you gave us a 5-minute footnote about the real tea. That's what we want to hear. We want to hear about the cases. And that was 5 minutes of the whole season. To me, the pores are acting up, and it makes me question Bose's wallet as well. Everybody who's going at Sutton doesn't have money. So I would like to know what's in Bose's wallet. As far as there's been a narrative going on that Bose, and I want to bring this up before the reunion because I want everybody to remember this. Because I went back to the episode, the July 4th episode, because I distinctly remember Bose saying she was pissed. Now there's a narrative that Bose came after Garcelle because Sutton said that she was angry in the after show and Garcelle didn't say anything. And so I think everybody should remember this is what she said verbatim. I'm pissed that these ladies don't have any couth to at least get up and come into the party and behave like civilized people. I'm pretty sure that piss is analogous to or synonymous with angry. So that in itself is gaslighting. And so I really want people to understand like what we're dealing with Bose, because I think she went into this whole season knowing exactly the backstory. I think she knew all of the history. But I also think that she knew that Sutton and Garcelle were the outcasts, and when it came to numbers, they didn't have them. I think that she saw how Crystal was treated, and she didn't want to be the other Crystal. There's no way that she didn't know what was going on. The way she was looking at Sutton when Sutton was telling her side of the story let me know that she already knew what everything that Sutton was saying, and furthermore that she didn't care.
Okay.
I'm probably not going to watch the show next season.
I'm uninterested.
And I will say during that little promo piece where Andy's telling who's going to be on Watch What Happens Live, he looked really sad.
Yeah. He loved Garcelle.
He loved Garcelle, but I also think he knew what was about to happen on Watch What Happens Live.
Oh, absolutely. He could tell. You could telegraph when a megawatt, like it was the LVP all over again for him. Like we literally built this on her back.
He's losing a lot of housewives that he really likes. You know, and that are you can love or hate Garcelle, but you know what she brought to the platform, was different.
Star quality.
And she was already a star. She definitely was able to introduce herself to her fans and produce more content, do more things. So I think she did great.
But she was the only woman on the cast that had a resume at the time. Nobody else was doing anything at the time or since then. Those ladies, the show is their identity. The show is their identity. And
that's why they hate her.
Think about it. Housewives that are typically accomplished, they typically leave the show. The ones that
Eileen left the show. She was like, "Baby, no, I got my little 4 seasons."
Are the people that need the show and they stay because they usually get fired at some point. I mean, I'm just saying.
And we also have to remember that Bravo always wants a cut of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So if she comes in and she talks about what she's doing with all these projects, they're going to find a way to take a cut of that. Yeah. So the only thing I can do is be messy because I'm not giving y'all my money. Have a good night. All right.
Erica and Dorit don't have money to give, so
they don't. All right, Doug, we got some more calls.
All right, bye. Have a good night.
Thank you, Durga, for calling in. Hey, Demisio. Okay, Demisio, you sitting over here,
all right, Fave. I need you to don't cuss so much because I know you want to go in on somebody.
Oh, Lord. You there? Demisio, hello.
Don't get up here and embarrass me, Demisio.
Okay. This is Chase's producer. Hello. Okay, well, Demisio got some low budget issues, so we're going to let him go. And we're going to get somebody that's up here.
Lord.
Hey, Tyra.
Why you just do Demisio like that?
Listen, now you know. We're going to play the low budget over here. You know. Okay.
Demisio, leave and call back in.
You call back in, but as of right now, how you doing, Tyra?
Hello. See, Chase, we found each other again. On the episode, I kind of get tired of Erica acting like, how would I phrase it? The whole issue is they feel like they don't know who Sutton is, Sutton flip flops, and all this kind of stuff. We have seen Sutton apologize to Erica, I think, at least 4 times. And one of those times they had a heart to heart, and then Erica got to the reunion saying she was playing her behind. Did she not?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'm trying to confuse you why we're sitting here and she's interrogating everyone about saying, it felt like a setup. And you're saying, well, I just genuinely want to move on with her. And I think she wants to do the same with me. She has been trying to move on with you. That is the problem why we're asking, why are you still doing this? Which then also kind of makes it feel like she doesn't have anything else going on, because the Tom thing was how obviously things are still evolving, but the initial thing was so long ago. And you were acting like you and Sutton have not had to sit down, have not been in her house, eating Popeyes off of Hermes plates. Like nothing has happened. So I think that's why, to me, it feels weird for people to be going up for Erica, because honestly, what Erica had going on for her was a husband with a name and the stolen money that she was using to have a big pop career.
Victim.
That's what Erica had going on, because she doesn't really have much of a personality. And the only reason why it kind of works in the show is because the show centers around women who are acting very catty, and Erica can pull that off. But other than that, she doesn't give anything else, because what made her interesting outside of the connections with the women was the money. And that's not there. If anyone wants to ride that train with me. Bose, it's kind of weird watching Bose have a scene with Sutton, like a one-on-one scene at the last episode, when Sutton was the one who's supposed to bring Bose on. So I kind of want to blame producers on that. If that wasn't like the women's thing of not trying to I kind of feel like if we didn't know that Sutton brought Bozeman on, if you were watching the show, you wouldn't know. So I don't know if that was intentional or not, which kind of makes it seem like something was a setup for them to kind of put it like these two women didn't know each other at all. If that makes sense to anyone, because to me, it is kind of weird for her to come on and then all of a sudden she just latches onto Dorit, the woman who has a history of not getting along with the black person on the show and saying a lot of crazy things on the show, and all of a sudden they're just in this like whirlwind friendship. And the woman who brought her on is like left in the dust, because the way that she sits there and let Dorit read Sutton in the after show, and the way she reads Sutton after show, you would think she never met Sutton on the street.
Yep.
And not to say they can't fall out, but it doesn't seem like we really saw a path of them falling out. It literally just seems like Bose came on the show and she found a friend and never knew Sutton. And the Kyle thing, obviously, y'all are right. The women who stick on here the longest are the people who need this the most. And I feel that's sad for Sutton, because Sutton is a typical finance wife. Sutton is not an anomaly. In this show, though, it's because she's a Jennifer Tilly, the really artsy fartsy, kind of in the back view of Hollywood, or in making money way, and not the I'm a socialite, Hollywood socialite kind of way. And I think the women don't respect her for that, but also in a sense they're so angry about her having the things she has. Because I'm sorry, no woman who's never stayed in a house longer than a year, except for the house that's non-foreclosure, Mr. Reed, is going to talk to me about being on the main road.
That's right.
Exactly.
You got presented a Bentley, that rose gold Bentley. Have we ever seen her drive that Bentley other than when she got gifted it, supposedly? No. And so it is just kind of, I don't know where the show, I was telling Chase, I don't know where the show goes, because my thing is, everything is, as you guys said, it's a setup. Everything is fake. Nothing really lasts a long time. And also, when you really reflect on it, I don't really know how any of these women are actually friends. Because Dorit and Teddy have a podcast. I'm sorry, Erica. Erica's never liked Teddy. So how did they end up with a podcast? Dorit and Erica, we never seen them hang out one-on-one outside of the show. But now they're best buds when it comes to Sutton and this whole thing. Kyle does not hang out with anybody except for Morgan now. Yeah. And let's be clear, Kyle doesn't stand for Sutton, but I do find kind of interesting that Sutton and Dorit kind of had words with Kyle last season, and yet Dorit was the only one that Kyle said she never was friends with. And to me, I don't know how you would ever come back from that. So it does kind of feel like you guys can say and do whatever you want to, and anyone else who comes on the show and doesn't fall in line really doesn't have a way to actually stay on the show. Because you guys can literally say, we never hung out, we were never family friends, and then come to the reunion and y'all be cool. And I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. I know we got the callers.
Okay. Kyra Shaw, attorney in law.
Use this jingle.
All right, Kyra.
Okay.
Thank you, Kyra. Kyra says, where does the show go from here? Straight to hell?
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know if we'll be reviewing it. Find out Child, we'll see. But thank you, Kyra. Okay.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Thanks, Kara, because I ain't doing that.
Demisio again. Demisio, you there?
I'm trying to go home.
This is crazy. It's the picture for me. Look at this picture. It's just like it's given. You know I'm here, but you ain't here. All right, Demisio, I'm gonna let you go again. Have a good night. All right, our final caller is going to be Lisa. Hey, Lisa, how are you doing?
What's up, my booze?
Hey,
Take me
Hey.
on, get you over here, boo.
yeah.
Yes, hon. Let's get started. I'm gonna tell you something.
Oh,
God said, baby, I will have sympathy for you, but see, you've been riding for Sutton, and I told y'all last week, Jamie, you was on him. I said she never Sutton never had Garcelle back,
You've
even
said that for
at the
4 years.
reunion. And
girl,
she
you have said
never had her back. So you got what you deserve. So you been backing a woman who ain't never had your back. Who ain't never had your back. And so you know what? Hey, and we already know Cal ain't got nobody's back.
Mm.
She even got her own sister back. Did y'all not remember the season past when Lisa went a throat that night? Girl, Cal went running out the window, started being over with Kim. Nah, baby, we can't have that, baby. We finna fight. You throwing glasses? Nah, me and my sister both in the wall on you. Nah, Cal ain't got nobody's back. I don't know why y'all keep on saying, girl, child, please. And even though I'm gonna miss her, but you know what? And this is one thing I want to say about this. Me being a black girl, I've been in positions where I've been the only black girl, another black girl in there. I'm not finna be your friend. That's because both of them on the show. That don't mean both of them gonna think alike. And like I always say in the page, Reek had her black friend, Sutton had her black friend. Okay? And that's what it was. And you got two different ladies' opinions, okay? I don't know, they both watched the show. And I did not like, and I'm gonna tell you something, Erica. I'm a big Erica fan. But last night if you kinda come at thyself, I don't know what's the reason for. I don't know, did y'all have some big fallout or something? I mean, I really didn't like it
Yeah.
because she never did that before. But this season, she's really. I'm like, okay. So I don't think it's. I ain't gonna put no race on. I'm not gonna say no race on it. It's something they probably had a falling out, and we just don't know what it's all about because we don't know what happened behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So, and it comes to sudden. I'm gonna tell you something. Me and the Sun is, baby doll, you can't act nothing like no little bitty girl. Then one day you want to act like you're a witch, a big witch. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do you do. No, if you gonna act like you're a witch, you gotta act like you're a witch all the time. Let you know that hey, I'm here in the room. I'm in the room, baby doll. You ain't gonna disrespect me. And then you get Garcelle and Tilly to do your dirty work for you. And you know
I
that's
can't
what
argue
that's,
with
that's
that.
what happened last night. That's what happened last night. She got Garcelle and Tilly her dirty work for her, and it didn't bounce back. Like what? Child. No, ain't nobody playing that kind of role. So like I said, y'all know I never liked the Sudden. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I wish her good luck. Like somebody else said. Like somebody else said, I hope she got her boxing gloves on, baby doll. They gonna come for you next season. So I'm hoping. I don't know, but I don't know. But you know, like I said, I hated that she left. I I'm I hate that Garcelle left like she did because she found out did nobody have her back. Not even Sudden who she been riding for the last 5 years for did not have her back. So you know what? You get what you deserve, baby doll. So you know next time don't be having nobody's back and they ain't got your back. Stop riding these for these chicks if they ain't got no back. If they not willing to put their gloves on with you while you putting your gloves on, baby, don't ride for these chicks no more.
mm,
And that's it right there. So,
okay.
so, but I wish her good luck. You know what I'm saying? So, I wish her good luck.
Okay.
on everything she's doing. Because she working over there in Lifetime. That's how movies be played on Lifetime.
Yep, she's got some Netflix stuff. She got Lifetime stuff. She's doing her thing, so good
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah,
Cash them
so that's
checks.
it. And I'm gonna watch them too because I've been watching Godzilla for a long time. So and Cortez,
Mhm.
this is I don't believe this was the right platform for her. It was not.
Well, I didn't say that.
It's like Kim. I'm for real. I'm for real. I
Well, I
mean,
didn't
like
say
it's like every time. But to me, it's like her and Kim. Like Kim Fields came to Real House of Atlanta. Y'all two women got prestige in the game. Y'all, they long lasting in the game. So these programs right here, it's not for her and Kim Fields. These are some these because I'm for real. I mean, somebody who been working in the field, everybody knew who she was. This platform was not for her. But I enjoyed her on the show, though. I really did. I really did. But to me, it was not for her. Because, like you said, it seemed like every season was like her first season. Like, you didn't catch on to the game yet, girl. Come on now.
well,
You been on here.
let me correct you on it. What I'm saying by that is that the reception of the other ladies, how they
Uh
receive
huh.
the way that she, meshes with them. It doesn't seem like every season feels like she's the new girl coming in, and they're like, "Oh my God, what's your name?" That's what I'm saying. Not,
Yeah.
I think Garcia did a great job. Once she, especially after like her second season, she really took the producer hat and she was doing all the work. She was
Yeah.
moving these stories along.
Yeah.
She was having the conversations. I thought she stepped up when she needed to. I don't think that she under delivered at all, in my opinion. I
No.
think she gave all what she could. That's just me.
I
Yeah,
think
but
that
that's
once
still,
the
but I
viewers
mean, but to me, I just said to me, it's like I said, it's like the Kim Fields on Atlanta when Kim Fields was on the Real House of Atlanta. She been in the game,
Yeah.
and you didn't need that platform. To me, I'm just saying for me,
No, no,
she
no,
didn't
no.
need that platform.
Yeah.
And so but like I said, I wish on her, and ever since whatever she doing, I'm gonna watch her stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a big Lifetime fan anyway. So I
Okay.
do get. I watch Lifetime, baby.
All right.
But
Yeah,
yeah, but I do. I love her, and I wish everybody well. I see y'all next week, baby.
all right. We'll
Chase, I see you Monday. Chase,
See
I
you
see you
Monday.
Monday on the show, baby.
See you Monday.
Okay,
Oh,
Dad.
and we
Love
got a
y'all. Y'all
big
have a
one.
good, beautiful weekend. Okay.
have a good night, Lisa.
Huh?
So we're gonna have a big one, Lisa. So I see you Monday.
What's my for Atlanta?
Yeah, this is something going down this Sunday. I can't spoil it for y'all, but watch it. It's
Okay. How do I actually I don't watch it week to week, but I do watch it. I like to binge it. So I probably
yeah.
will watch this
yeah.
last week's and then this upcoming Sundays together.
This Sunday is very imperative because the next two episodes are just like big. They're
Yeah.
big.
Well,
They're big.
shoot, if it's real big, I might be available for the show. If you need
Well,
me,
Okay, you better
the
pop
door.
in.
The door is open.
I might be available. I don't know, but no. All right, y'all. Well, listen. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Durga. Thank you, Demetria, for trying to call in.
Embarrassing me.
Thank you to Kyra as well for calling in. Thank you to all of you guys watching today. We really appreciate it.
Yep.
Beverly Hills, one of our biggest shows. It's been about 70 plus of you guys in here watching, at one time, maybe more than that. So make sure you guys hit that like button, keep us in the algorithm. Of course, we talk all this mess about these shows, but when the trailer comes out, we'd be like, oh, so don't watch this series. This could still be something that we're gonna review. It's not all out the water. We're supposed to stop doing Salt Lake City 3 seasons ago. And look at us.
Oh my God! Every year, y'all be like, "We're not doing Salt Lake City."
And this last season was like the best season.
Well, I heard
The
Lisa
best.
Barlow wasn't coming back. Is that true?
Who?
They say Barlow dropped out.
She threw a fit.
That's what I heard, child. So I don't know. We'll see. But make sure you guys also, if you're watching Atlanta, check. I actually have been enjoying what I have been seeing. So check
It's
it out.
good.
No Chaser TV, hosted by Chase. It actually I think they may have finally got a good formula. And if this works, they do the same for Potomac, American Medicine, for
Oh, man, the medicine needed so bad. Oh my God.
every damn show, because all these shows need whatever they've given to Atlanta. They need that peach juice.
Atlanta is just so energized. There's so much energy. The girls that are there now, they want to be there. Like it's just different.
Yeah. So, all right, y'all. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Chase. Thank you all you guys for watching, of course, and we will see you guys next week.
Give us legs one more time before we go.
Oh,
Watch
yeah.
Garcelle on Survival of the Thickest, season 2 tomorrow on Netflix. Support our girl.
Is it over there?
It starts tomorrow.
Okay, and then you know what else you can watch? Y'all can watch me sashay out of here like this.
I wish I had handled it better.
Yeah, have a good night.